How's it going, everybody? It's your old pal CHH. Got some physical media news we got to go over today. I have a few preliminary things I want to say before we dive into this. This won't be a super long video, but I want to say this. Number one, I got a package in the mail today. I got a package for TerraVision. I've got the Frogman set with the mug and all that kind of stuff. I'm super excited about that. I believe Frogman is a found footage movie, I think. Pretty sure anyway. And then I got WNUF2, which that has to be one. I cannot wait to talk about those movies. I'm excited to watch them. So be on the lookout for that this week. I also got this from Cauldron Video, the House of Doom box set with 2 films from Lucio Fulci and Umberto Lenzi. So I might do a video just showing off my collection of stuff I've gotten with Cauldron and what the label's like and that sort of thing. Very excited about that. But yeah, let's get right into it, guys. We got really cool announcements and things I want to talk to you guys about. Let's talk about Vinegar Syndrome first. Let's see. Here we go. So we're going to Dawn of the Discs. And by the way, guys, I don't want to blow my load, so to speak, early, but I have actually been in contact with Dawn of the Discs himself, and I think I might be able to do an interview with him soon. So that'll be pretty cool. So I think you guys would really love that. So we're in talks right now. We're in discussions, so to speak. So yeah, that might be pretty cool. So anyway, we're gonna go to Dawn of the Discs real quick, and look at the stuff that we have. Let's look at what we have for Vinegar Syndrome. So they have their stuff listed early for the Black Friday stuff. Looking for Mr. Goodbar looked very interesting. Blood Tracks, I got to watch the trailer for that. Cannibal the Musical, I didn't look like it was my cup of tea, and Black Eyed Susan looks pretty cool too. I think the director was even on Vinegar Syndrome's page talking. Now, Congo is the one I'm really excited about. That was a big 90s movie. I did a short about this the other day. If you're watching the channel, you probably already saw that. But I am super excited about that. I pre-ordered Congo. Huge lover of Congo. What can I say? But this is the Black Friday Flash pre-order stuff, and apparently there's going to be 2 more titles coming out on Black Friday. Usually Vinegar Syndrome likes to front load Black Friday, meaning putting out a lot of their bigger stuff during this time. So those 2 special titles, I think they're both going to be horror titles. But here's the thing you guys need to realize about Vinegar Syndrome, and I'm going to do a video talking about this soon. They're changing. Vinegar Syndrome is definitely changing. Not completely, but they are changing a little bit. We can clearly see that Vinegar Syndrome is getting some bigger name stuff lately. They're obviously putting out really cult stuff, which is great. They're never probably going to stop doing that. But, I mean, maybe a lot of you will say, really, Christian? But listen, Howling 2, they got that. That's a bigger title compared to a lot of stuff they do. With Navy SEALs, their VSU line, having Roadhouse and stuff like that, and now Congo. Congo's a pretty big deal. It still feels like a big title that could fall in the Vinegar Syndrome catalog a little bit, because it was a huge movie when it came out, like a big deal, like as big as it could possibly be, and then it kind of just, it's a cult movie now, but but still, Vinegar Syndrome is definitely trying to fight. I mean, they put out the Amityville Horror, Texas Chainsaw 2, so they're definitely playing ball to get some bigger titles, as well as going the deep cut route as well, which is honestly, I think, the best for them to do. But Congo, I love it. I know some people hate it, and that's fine. But I effing love Congo. So that's what we have for them, guys. You can go pre-order any of these on their site right now. And then we're going to get more titles on the Black Friday night, which, hopefully we're going to get some really good stuff from them on that. I talked about this in a short, but we do have the Seinfeld 4K box set. I did hear it was confirmed that the 4K is going to be the actual television style broadcast, meaning 4:3 or 188.1, I believe it's called. And the Blu-ray set is going to be the widescreen Netflix stuff that we're seeing right now. So I think I'm going to get that on 4K. I want to see the show in the original, aspect ratio in 4K to see how good it looks. But it's going to be cool. I've become a big Seinfeld fan. This is exciting. Apparently Willow is going to be announced soon from Arrow Video. That is awesome. Well, I think it was Arrow. It may not be Arrow. Somebody else said it was Arrow. I'm thinking it's going to be Arrow. But Willow. with Warwick Davis. That's going to be fantastic. Let's move on. This is coming out from Unearthed Films in early next year, which is a really ahead of schedule announcement. This is coming in March 11th. I don't know anything about 100 Tears extended director's cut, but let's see. After being accused of crimes he did not commit, a lonely circus performer exacts his revenge on those who unjustly condemned him. The act sparks something inside of him which he cannot stop, and now, years later, his inner demons have truly surfaced. Part urban legend, part tabloid sensationalism, he is now an unstoppable murderous juggernaut fueled by only hate. Going to the circus will never be the same. So yeah, I mean, I saw that this was a title that has some cult status, and it looks interesting to say the least. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. 100 Tears from Unearthed Films. That's coming out in March. Unearthed doesn't shove out a lot of stuff very often, but I'll tell you, when they do put out their releases, man, they're always stacked. The Guyver is one of the best releases this year, hands down. In terms of features and everything they offered and the picture quality, the Guyver was sensational from Unearthed Films. So I have no reason to believe this won't be the same. But this is a Blu-ray, not a 4K. Just FYI. Next up, let's go to let's see what this is. This is Short Night of Glass Dolls Collector's Edition. I don't remember what label is putting this out.
Hey guys, I forgot to show this in the video, but along with Vampires and Last Voyage of the Demeter, which those two we're going to look at, Sanctum. This movie, Sanctum. I haven't seen this before, but this is all 3 of these are coming out in January for Scream Factory.
Maybe this is an overseas company. Anyway, I have no idea what this movie is. Short Night of the Glass Dolls. And this isn't even coming out till April 29th. So honestly, let's just move on. First up, guys, we've got John Carpenter's Vampires getting a collector's edition 4K. I got to be totally honest with you guys. Now, listen, I love this movie. This is not something I think I'm chomping at the bit to get on 4K. I love this movie, though, and I bet you it's going to look really good. But the problem is I'm really happy with my Blu-ray of this movie, and I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if I really, I mean, I wouldn't mind having this, but I don't think I want to get it. Maybe I'll get this down the road when it's cheap. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of new features on this, like the interview with James Woods and all that. That was on the previous release. So this looks like it's just a new 4K. Now, if you don't own this movie, I think this is the last great John Carpenter film. I do like the new artwork that they did. Yeah, it's pretty cool. But what I'm really excited about is a movie I championed big time last year. Last Voyage of the Demeter, guys. I genuinely love this movie so much. I really was saddened when this flopped hard at the box office. This was the kind of Dracula movie I think a lot of people would be into. No man that is suave and cool and then turns into a vampire, creepy looking for, 15, 20 seconds and then boom, back to normal. No, this is a movie where Dracula looks like what you see on the poster of this, the entire movie. This takes place on the Demeter ship the whole time, and it is a harrowing, awesome, creepy movie. I loved it. It's not for everybody, but man, I tell you, man, it was one of my favorite movies last year. I absolutely adored it. This I can't wait to have on 4K. Truly can't wait. I love this movie. What can I say? Now, there's a lot of people that might have seen this and didn't like it. I don't know. I love Dracula films. I love vampire films, and this is one of my favorites. So I'm good on Scream Factory for getting their hands on this. I think maybe Universal was probably eager to license it out, considering it didn't really resonate in a big way. I think the title was too long and not something that really resounds with people emotionally. The Last Voyage of the Demeter, so to speak. But with all that being said, I'm excited about this. Now, I think this is December releases, if memory serves. But I am very excited about this. We'll go to Scream Factory's page and look just to make sure. But yeah, that's awesome. That's so awesome. Next up, guys, KINO Lorber is just sucking up all of Scream Factory's previous titles. They got their hands on April Fool's Day, which I think is exciting. Here's the thing, though. There is footage for this movie where there actually was a killer. I remember the director talking about this. Now, I don't think they found this. If they did, they haven't, shared anything yet. But it will be a new HD 4K, new 4K Dolby Vision movie. I love April Fool's Day. I think some people may not resonate with this one as much because of the premise. I'll keep it spoiler. Well, I kind of spoiled it already since I said there was actually a cut with a killer. But I love this movie. The cast of this movie is actually really good, and Ginny from Friday the 13th Part 2 is in here. That's something I'd gladly upgrade. I love this movie so much. April Fool's Day is a great, unique kind of slasher film from its time. So that's going to come out in January from Kino Lorber. Next up, this is a really good movie, Body Parts. This is a Jeff Fahey film from the early 90s. When Bill Crash Hank loses his arm in a car accident, the arm of an executed death row inmate is grafted onto its place. The only problem is Bill soon discovers that the arm is possessed by a force he cannot control. Yeah, Jeff Fahey does this movie, and sensational. This was a really, really good movie. I can't put it over enough. Highly recommend this one. So actually one of his better movies. It may be his best movie, to be honest with you. So if you're a Jeff Fahey fan, if you don't know who that is by name, he's the Lawnmower Man. He was also the Watch the Guitar guy in Psycho 3. But this is a borderline, I wouldn't say masterpiece, but this is a truly underrated film. Like, it's truly underrated. Not like saying Halloween 3 is underrated. No. This is a movie that not enough people have seen / talk about. Body Parts, really good. I highly recommend this from everybody. That's coming out as well in January from Kino Lorber. Next up, guys, super excited about this. I love this movie. Orca, the Killer Whale, is coming to 4K from Kino in January as well. Kino is really stacking the deck with their titles. They're sucking up all these licenses from Scream Factory, that's for sure. Orca is about as good as Jaws 2 in quality. You know, like Jaws is like, you know, the end-all be-all of like the deep-sea creatures. And then Jaws 2 is like universally, I'd say not universally, but most people say that's the best sequel. But the quality of Orca is pretty on par with that. This is a really good movie. And killer whales are actually freaky, man. This is like a revenge movie in a lot of ways, but this is a Dino De Laurentiis project. And I always like that because obviously he has involvement in Halloween as well. But yeah, Orca is great, guys. And I am honestly, out of all the ones we've talked about so far, this is the one I'm the most excited about to talk about on 4K is Orca the Killer Whale. Just a great movie. I really hope people are going to give this one a shot if they haven't seen Orca. Just sensational. Love that one. That as well is coming out in January. And this is a movie I have not seen, but I'm dying to see it. Sea of Love with Al Pacino. The reason I want to see this big time is just because John Goodman is in it. And John Goodman's one of my favorite people on planet Earth. Obviously, Dan Connor from Roseanne. I had this on Laserdisc, and I read the synopsis. It sounded absolutely stunning, like a great crime thriller movie. Frank Keller's a New York. Here he is, right here. Frank Keller's a New York detective investigating a case of serial killers who finds the victims through the Lonely Hearts column in newspapers. Keller falls in love with Helen, the main suspect in the case. Yeah, so it's this tug of war, and you've got, which I just synopsis of this sounds great. And like I said, with John Goodman in here, it just sounds like a home run to me. So this will be great. It'll be my first time watching this. I will gladly just wait it out a little bit longer, even though I've been wanting to watch this for some time. And I have the Laserdisc. Like I said, my player, I don't have a player that works right now, but this I'm super excited about. Sea of Love with Al Pacino. Any chance I get to watch an Al Pacino movie? Like, this may be controversial to say. You take all those actors that are like those gangster actors, like, De Niro, Pesci, all those guys. Like, no offense to De Niro, to me, he doesn't hold a candle to Al Pacino. Pacino's the man. He is the best. Acting wise, out of all of them, and his catalog of movies are so incredible. Like Pacino in Cruising, De Niro can't pull that off. Are you kidding me? Pesci couldn't pull that off. Ray Liotta might have been able to pull off Cruising, but Pacino, Pacino's the only guy that can do that kind of stuff. Just amazing stuff. I love De Niro and Pesci, don't get me wrong, but like, I'll go off on a tangent, but like in the movie The Irishman, that's really a De Niro movie. He stars in it, but man, when you see Pacino as Jimmy Hoffa, forget about it. Like, he is the best in that movie. Incredible. My point is, I'm excited to see Sea of Love. So there's that. And this is kind of cool. Warner Archive is actually doing their first 4K. John Wayne, The Searchers. I'm not into these movies, really, these Westerns, but that's really cool. maybe one day when I get a little bit older, I might get into westerns. But this is really cool because this means we could be getting Warner archives of maybe other stuff down the road like Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw 3. I know, sounds silly, but we'll see. That's good on them. I'm glad Warner Archive is doing that, guys. And another piece of news, there's word going around big time right now that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 1990 film, is actually going to be coming to 4K next year for the 25th anniversary or 35th anniversary, excuse me. So that'll be cool. I love that movie. Who doesn't, right? So that's another big thing. But guys, for now, this is Chopel CHH. That's the news. Thank you for watching. Tell me what you're excited about, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take care. Huge, giant thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. Without you guys, this would not be possible. To get behind-the-scenes photos, videos, music, private live streams, and much more, you can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Thank you to my patrons.